After all the hype, Sony's finally done it. They've given us an event. They've really hyped us up for holiday 2020. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Rift Gaming channel, and today let's talk PlayStation 5. So I guess really what I wanted to talk about are some of the things that I was most excited about for this event. I've been hyped for a long time waiting for Sony to finally come out and do something for PlayStation. So a game I was really looking forward to this year was God of War. That's probably been one of my favorite game series of all time, and I was really hoping that a sequel would be talked about or at least given some information on that. So maybe that game's a little earlier in development than we expect. Another game people were looking forward to seeing was Silent Hill. There have been a lot of rumors surrounding that one, and while it was absent from the event, I'm thinking that maybe before the end of the year we'll actually hear something from that one. So I guess to start, we'll just kind of talk about the games that were at the event and the ones that excited me the most. There were definitely a few hits there, and I'm looking forward to playing a lot of them. The first game I wanted to talk about today is the new Spider-Man game, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, I know there's some confusion around this one, as I think a lot of people are expecting a direct sequel, and some people are thinking that maybe it's just an add-on to the existing Spider-Man game, you know, the one everybody loves. Realistically, I don't care. Spider-Man's an amazing character, probably one of my favorite Avengers. And I'm just really looking forward to this game. So the next game I really wanted to talk about today was Gran Turismo 7. Polyphony pretty much always kills it. They have always been on point with the Gran Turismo games. Since I was a kid, you know, Gran Turismo 2 and 3 are games that I sank hours and hours and hours into. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I think with the Tempest engine that the audio is just going to be, you know, I mean, it's going to make it, well, next gen. I mean, that's what we're looking for, right? So let's hope that Polyphony delivers. The next game on the list I was pretty excited about is Project Athia. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but it's a game that was shown off from Square Enix, the guys that make Final Fantasy games, and I, for one, couldn't be happier. I'm glad to see that they're doing something else other than Final Fantasy, and I mean, with the stunning visuals they showed and the platform style, I think it's a game that'll be right up my alley, so definitely have that one on my list. The next game I wanted to talk about today was Oddworld Soulstorm. This game's near and dear to me as I grew up with Abe. Oddworld, Abe's Exodus, Abe's Odyssey, the new and tasty they did in 2013. Cool game, but you know, I'm kind of excited about what this one's going to do. It looks like it's a different take on it, but still the same relative style. Oddworld Inhabitants have always killed it with their games, so I'm really looking forward to this one here. Godfall, that was the first PlayStation 5 game, I believe, that was shown off this year. That one's made by Gearbox. The guys from there worked on Destiny and a few other titles, but it looks great. From what I hear, it's a co-op style RPG, action RPG, whatever you want to call it. The visuals look amazing. The gameplay looks really cool, and I'm definitely going to be checking it out. I'm not even halfway through this list yet, and I've already got a ton of time taken up just to sit and play games for the rest of the year, so, and probably most of next year too, so let's see what happens. NBA 2K21? What? Come on, look at that. Zion Williamson and all of his sweaty goodness. My God, that Ray Trace trailer was insane. I was just kind of blown away, to be honest with you. I'm not the biggest basketball fan, but I mean, the 2K games are always fun, so I'll definitely be picking that one up for sure. So, Deathloop? What? It looks like that's made by Arcane Studios. What are you guys doing? I know you made Dishonored, and that was crazy and awesome and cool and weird and all the things that should be in a game, but this one just looks like it takes it to a whole new level. Some guy called Colt stuck in a time loop against some incredibly rude lady chasing you called Juliana. Cool powers. Teleportation. Telekinesis. It seems pretty fun if you ask me. Well, let's see what happens. I'll definitely be picking this one up, and you know, if it's anything like Dishonored, I think I'll have a damn good time with it. So this one kind of had me for a loop. Honestly, I wasn't sure what was going on for a while, and I thought it was some new IP or something crazy. And after rumors that I'd heard from prior to, I thought toward the end of the trailer that I had figured out what was going on. Uh, Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil Village 8. What? I don't care what we call it. It looks awesome. I've always been a fan of the big, old classic zombie shoot 'em up games, but the series has taken a different direction in the last few years, really, and I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what's going on. When I saw Chris in his millionth style, I was a little confused, but can't wait for the story and to see what happens, what they do with him, and who knows? Maybe he'll have the same fate as Wesker and just kind of peace out. So, and of course, we can't forget the stunningly beautiful Horizon Forbidden West. This game just looked incredible. I personally haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn, but it's definitely on my list, really soon, because Forbidden West just looks amazing. And when that game launches, I really don't want to miss out. So if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go turn my PlayStation on. And be back. No, but seriously though, I think a lot of people are looking forward to that game. The next one I want to talk about is from NeoStream Interactive. This crazy, weird, awesome art style looking game called Little Devil Inside. I'm pumped. I don't know what to expect from it, but the trailer looked dark and funny and interesting, and one article had some odd things to say about it, but we're not going to talk about that because, I just want to play the game and have a good time. So, we're just gonna skip over bad media stuff at this point and just play the games and have a good time. How does that sound for everybody? Good time, fun, whatever. Let's do it. And finally, to conclude the list of games that will be taking up the next few years of my life, because honestly, who has time for all the amazing games that they showed off, and knowing that a bunch of other games are coming, I think we'll just jump into it. Demon's Souls, wow, that trailer was killer. I'm extremely excited for this remake. From Software pretty much has earned every bit of respect that they have, and I'll probably play every game that they make from now on. Yeah, I was kind of looking for a Bloodborne remake or hear some information about a second one or whatever, but last year or earlier this year, whatever it was, Sekiro was absolutely amazing. Like one of the most fun, interesting games I've played. All the Dark Souls games were killer. So just to kind of see this one get an update, and as long as it has the same amazing play style, then you can't really disappoint with that game. One of the things that I think is not being talked about enough is the fact that Unreal Engine had so many games at this show, like so many. Everything is just awesome, and Unreal Engine is kind of powering it all right now. So I'm just excited to see where this thing goes. There's a few other games I didn't get to talk about that Sony showed off today, and I think they're great, and I'm glad to see other developers doing stuff, and that was Ratchet and Clank, Stray, Returnal, Sackboy, Destruction All-Stars, Kena, Bridges of Spirits, Goodbye Volcano High, weird, Solar Ash, Hitman 3, which I'm actually pretty excited about that one, Astrobot, Bug Snacks, and Pragmata. Some of those are indie games that I'll probably never get to. I still respect what the developers are doing. It's just not my style. But I'm still pretty excited to see what Sony's got up their sleeve. I know they got way more games in development, and I know that some of the big guys have still yet to kind of show us what they're doing. So let's wait and see. And then, of course, before it was all said and done, Sony had their big moment, and they showed off their, how do I say this? Beautiful, wonderful, amazing, stunning, epic console. Oh my God, I was blown away. It's gorgeous. A lot of people are hating on it, and believe me, there are a lot of memes. Like, a lot of memes. But I tell you what, this console is pretty. And, before it all was over with, out of nowhere, a second console just appears. And realistically, I have to say that the digital edition is, well, in all of its symmetrical goodness, the prettier of the two. However, I love physical copies, and I'll still buy the standard PlayStation 5, even if it is $100 or $150 more. Who really cares? I definitely think the digital edition will be cheaper, and I'm pretty excited about that. But I think that'll be great for a lot of people. I think Sony will end up selling, who knows, 10 times more consoles than Microsoft does, just like they did this generation. Though I feel like that number's probably a little wrong. It's like 2.5 times, but still, Sony wins. Microsoft has some cool games up their sleeve, but Sony's just, every time Sony wins. I mean, it's a hard argument. If you want to play Microsoft games, buy a PC. That's what I do. And if you want to play Sony games, well, PlayStation's where it's at, because in terms of console gaming, I mean, you can have your opinions all you want to, but I mean, look at the sales figures. That speaks for itself. Once Sony finally showed off their console, they also showed off a few of the accessories that I was pretty excited about. I think they have some proprietary accessories that are going to be pretty damn neat. The DualSense controller, which I'm super pumped about. I'll have another controller to play Rocket League on. Not that that matters at all. I just think the controller looks great. It looks a little bigger, and while, people are comparing it to the Xbox controller, it's still Sony's controller. It's not much different than the DualShock 4. Just looks a little more ergonomic and a lot prettier. They also had a really cool charging stand, which, I mean, they kind of do this every year. You get yourself a charging stand, 2 controllers, smack them on there, and just grab one and leave the other, and you're ready to go. That's all there is to it. No biggie, but at least it does, in terms of design, fit with the console. Another thing they talked about was the Pulse 3D wireless headset, which seems to be, tuned for the Tempest engine, which is, one of the main selling points of the PS5. I'm pretty excited about that, to be honest with you. Extremely excited, actually, just because audio is overlooked in a lot of games, and I think this time around it's going to get the most attention. And I, for one, couldn't be happier. I personally use a lot of HyperX headsets, but this is one that I'll be picking up just to make sure that I get the absolute best quality out of my PlayStation 5. Another thing Sony pretty much always does, or at least have done for the last few consoles, is throw in an HD camera. For me, this is not really that big of a deal. I personally won't use it. I may end up picking it up just to see. I think as long as it does 1080p 60, then most people will be happy. It's aesthetically pleasing and fits with the console just like all the other accessories, but unless they have something up their sleeve that nobody was expecting, then I don't think that this will be any different than any of their previous cameras. And then finally, one thing that I really liked that they showed off was a media remote. For me, this one's personally kind of a big deal, really. I'm so tired of, trying to play my PlayStation, or not even play my PlayStation, but use it as a media center and then fiddle with the uncomfortable, cumbersome DualShock 4, when really, if I can just, click a button on, play Netflix or Hulu or whatever I decide to watch in the show, or just, throw on something that's, in the background, music or whatever, the media remote's going to make that a game changer. So I, for one, am super excited for that. So we'll see what happens. Sony decided to show a lot of things in this event. I do feel like they held back some stuff, to be honest with you. You still have the God of War game that's got to be in development. There's a lot of rumors out there for, again, we talked about earlier, Silent Hill. And I'd be willing to bet there's a lot more games in development that Sony's going to show off this year just to, 3 launch titles? That's impossible. Not going to happen. So tell me in the comments below what you guys think and what do you think Sony's going to show off later. But if you're like me and you're a Sony fanboy, guilty. We still have some awesome PS4 exclusives to hold us off until holiday this year. Next week we've got The Last of Us 2, and then next month we've got the one that I'm super pumped about is Ghost of Tsushima. Personally, I'm excited for both, but I don't know what to expect with all the leaks of The Last of Us and stuff like that. According to reviews, it's pretty good though, so I guess I'm going to have to go play the first one again and find out for myself. Alright, so for me, that's probably going to do it. I'm going to go start Horizon Zero Dawn now. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.